We are going to call against Yuri D's open and go to a flop here for 20K. Oh my god, what a flop, chat. The dream! Ooh, aces. Aces in the 3200. Aces. Raise. All right. I am going to mostly 3-bet here. I think I'll give it a go. Jelly Moen. Come on, Jelly. Long thinking a call. 10-9-7 on the flop. Probably like betting, say, over half pot here on this board texture, probably. When we think about their range, they're going to have a lot of like King Jack and Queen Jack and some Jacks and Queens and Kings. And yes, some 10s and 9s. Some 9-8 suited. Yes, unfortunately, some 10-9 suited. So I think we want to bet on the bigger side, given our board, our stack to pot ratio here. With a lot of money behind. They call, and it's a 3 on the turn. I'm going to bet again. And not folding, you know. They can have ace-10, they can have king-10, they can have queen-10, they can have jack-10, they can have 7-8, they can have 9-8, they can have jacks, queens. You know, all sorts of stuff that we're doing fine against. But we take it down on the turn. 230K. We move in on fold the king-5. I like 3-betting here, I think. Let's 3-bet. The 7-9 suited. Pretty good hand to do so, I think. And Elis thinking about it and folds. K. Lofberg. It's going to call. And we see pretty good flop given what we just 3-bet, yeah. This will put 30, put 120 in on the river. Yeah, that's about right. The bad thing about betting here is that if they jam, we have to fold with our gutter and overcard. The good news is that we might get to continue on the turn. Now we call with ace-7 suited in the small blind against Jelly Moen and Elis overcalls. We have 61-50. Call. 3 in the turn. We check. Planning to check call again here. Jelly Moen is going to bet a very wide range for that size on the button. So we definitely want to continue with our ace-7 still. And then make a decision on the river as to whether we want to stack off or folds. 8 on the river. Check. Take it down. There we go. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Back up to 180. Jelly Moen had the 6-5 of clubs. Of course, a great barrel hand here. Surprised to not see the all-in on the river, to be honest. We're going to call with 7s in position of the 3200 against Victor. Overcall here as well. Ace, ace, 6. Please check to us. Bet of 7K. Okay. We call flop and want them to just stop at this point. Turn barrel is so small here, man. 10-5. We're getting 5-1. We will call again. We will call again, dude. I mean, it's just super tiny. The price is great. What did the jam on the river? Going to 3 bets. Victor to 22,750. With our ace king. Ready to gamble with the ace king in this spot. Victor has 37 blinds. So off to a good start here. Let's see how it works out. All right, King 10-9. This is not very fun. It's fun. We likely have the best hand, but we have to bet call, right? And it's like pretty dangerous. We want to bet on the bigger side here. And we take it down. Problem is like Victor gets to play really well against our c-bet there, and we sometimes are just smacked. But that's fine. We win. Raising up jacks in the 3200. We've still got so much potential here. We really do. You know, so how's it gonna play out? Call from Jelly Moen. think we want to c-bet at a really high frequency here, and we're quite deep as well. So I'm going to go for a c-bet even with top set, because I want to induce some bluff raises from Jelly Moen with 8-9, with 8-10, with 9-10. Of course, with their strong hands like 7s and 4s, with their 5s, 6s, all that, right? Turns a 10 of spades. Well, that's a really bad card. It's pretty unlikely they have a jack because we block them. That completes a ton of draws. I think we want to check back here, actually. And we have a bluff catcher, but they thankfully check, and we check, and we beat 10-8. Okay. All right. Okay. 202,000. Call against this raise. Check at the flop. We bet at the turn they call. We're going to bet on the river as well with our small set and fold to a raise. Especially when we choose the sizing. Fold to a raise, which is going to be a flush or a higher set often, I think. We're going to raise in the 3,200 with Queen 8 suited. Call from Francois B. Jack 6-5 the flop. We're going to go for a bet. Not to be big here. 8,000 is fine. Going to call 9 on the turn. Double gutter here. 7 or 10 will give us the best hand. And we do get some better queens to fold as well. I like betting. Again, I think we have a pretty good bluffing combo here. Probably a 2-street bluff most of the time. But let's just hit a 10. Let's hit a 7. Let's get a fold. All of that is great. 7. We have a straight. Now 10-8 is a better hand. 10-8. But it's pretty unlikely, right? We're not looking at 10-8 very often. So I think what we should do, we should use a lot of time bank here, bet relatively small on the river. Open up the door for Francois B, a good player to check raise bluff us sometimes. But we get a lead for 20K. I don't think 10-8 is likely enough to where we don't want to raise here. I think we want to raise. I think 82,000. Let's go, chat. We get the call. We're up to 300K in the 3,200. Come on, baby. Let's go. With the 6-7-2 pair. Come on, man. Raise it up on our 60 blinds with ace-king. We're ready to rumble against Victor. Against Francois, I don't think we want to get it in for 60 blinds. We probably could, but it'd be marginal. So I think we'll just call a 3-bet. But it folds around to Victor, who calls king 9-3 on the flop. 5 on the turn. Relative brick. Keep betting here. Beating just so much stuff against Victor here, you know? Worst kings, 9s, 3s, all the straight draws, queen, jack, queen 10, jack 10, all the flush draws, all that. Definitely call. And what a great turn. We're down to 178. Oh, don't you love the 5 of the turn? Okay. 8-9 suited. In the 3,200, we get a 2.5x raise from Spiro. Definitely like calling here with his hand. So let's see a flop. Cool. Okay. You know what sucks against Spiro here is that Spiro can have the ace-high flush draw. But that said, they're going to have some bet folds. They're going to bet probably their whole range-ish here. So I think trying to capture the 48,000 with 9 high is the play. Got to fade them having higher flush draws. And then when they have pairs or whatever, we flip it up. So hoping for the fold. Check raise all in. Take it down. There we go. 225. That is great news, chat. Very, very good. We chip up in the 3,200. Victor limps. We're going to raise ace-jack here. Willing to gamble against Victor for 14.5 blinds. Every once in a while, Victor is capable of having, like, the nuts here. But also, they can limp jam with, like, 6s, and that's okay, too, you know? So, here we go with ace-jack against Victor. What are we going to do here, man? What are we going to do? Ace-jack against jacks. That is not very good, but that is great. We are lucky in the 3,200, and we'll take it. Pick up a bunch of chips there. Awesome. 321,000. We've got ace-king. Beautiful hand, chat. Beautiful hand. Alfred Carlson goes to the raise to 14K. We 3-bet to 56,000. Sounds good to me. Maybe a little bit big, 52,000. 52K. Alfred's ace-queen, run it, bro. Ace-queen, run it. Let's go. Big moments for Alfred. Big moments for us as well. Ace 5-4 on the flop out of position. Oof. We can bet call, but I think probably checking is better to start. So, yeah, tough spot here. It's no longer tough anymore. The ace on the turn is just great. We will bet 49K is fine. Quick folds. Okay. We're going to call with a 4-6 suited. Go flop of king, 3-4. Pretty good flop. We flop a pair of fours. And it's pretty dry as well. We have second pair. You know, there's some spade draws, but it's not like all the straight draws. It's not like Jack 10-4 with a flush draw. It's King 4-3. It's better than that for sure. Pavel bets, we call. We continue calling on this turn as well. I was going to say we can call on a 7, on a 6, on a 5, on a deuce, on a king, on a 3. Like, all of these are good cards to continue calling on. Queen, not as much. Jack, not as much. 10, not as much. 9, not as much. Ace, not as much, right? And then we make trips on the river. So we're going to bet here. Not big, you know. We're trying to get called by a pretty weak range. They probably keep betting a king on the turn most of the time. Sometimes they have a king, but most of the time they keep betting a king on the turn, I'd say. So, yeah, trying to get a hero call from an ace high, from a 7, from a king, from something like that. Come on, Pavel. Come on, brother. Yes. We're up to 400K, chat. Very good news. We have double starting stack printy. Ace 7. Yeah, I mean, unlucky for the 7. We're going to raise to 18-3. Get a call from Joshua McCulley. 3-3-6 of the flop. We're going to go for a small bet here. And call a raise is fine. Oh, my goodness. Ace. Ace. Is anyone interested in playing a pot here? Anyone like to get involved in a bit of a dust up here in the 3200? We flop top sets. We want to check the top set to Simon, who is probably going to bet here quite a bit. Bets an interesting size of half pot. But we call. We love it, you know, and we block all the good things. Queen on the turn. Does bring in some of the good things, right? King, Jack, and Jack 9 have now made a straight. We also block the strong 2 pairs with our aces. So this gets quite scary if he goes bet, bet, jam, actually. I'm not suggesting we're folding top set, but that card could be a problem. There's check, check. River's a queen. Again, check to induce here, probably. I mean, if we block bet, we're trying to get called by a 10. It's so hard for them to have an ace. I think we want to go for the check raise here against Simon. 100K, and we're going to jam, obviously hoping that they have a queen, or they have a weirdly played king jack, or they have 8s full or 10s full or something like that. But we're going to be all in a second. But we need to take a little bit of time here to be able to have the thought process to even have a bluff, you know? That's the thing. The best situation would be queen 10. But queen 10 doesn't bet on the flop. So, yeah, it's just hard to get a call there. 577,000. Great pot coming our way. We're in a great situation here in the 3,200, man. Really good. Jonathan V. going for the raise 18-4. We're going to call. Flop a pair of 7s. Jonathan Van Fleet. Is this Ape Styles, by the way? I think it is. Pretty sure that's Ape Styles. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, bro. Ape Styles. Also streaming on Twitch. Good luck, Ape Styles. Well, I don't want to send him the cheers in the hand, you know? Could give some tells, but... Call on the flop. Call on the turn here. 3 is a relative brick. It's better for our range than Jonathan's, probably. And a bit of 60K. Again, we're going to peel here. We have 5 outs to improve, and still the best hand a decent amount of the time, and getting 2-to-1 odds here. So we call again. River's a 3. Pretty bad bluff card, but he is going to be capable of following through here as well. And we take it down. Good luck, man. Good luck. I mean, I can't send him the cheers now. I don't want to act as if I am taunting him. But I mean, I guess he plays high enough. He won't care. Send the gloves. Send the cigar. And the wave. You are on Ape Styles' table. Ape Styles is on my table. Bring it, Ape Styles. This is my house now. As he's sitting on 1.4 million and I've got 665. Okay, I'm on his table. Fine. I'm on his table. He's earned that at this point. Hey everyone, I know we're in the middle of a video, but just give me a few seconds to talk about this brand new site that I've started working with. I think it's going to be really helpful if you're working on your poker game. So if you're like me, when I started poker, I didn't really know how to get to the right answers in poker hands. I could see good poker players talk about the right answers, but I wouldn't know how to find the answer myself. Now what I've done is I've partnered up with Any2.pro, and I'm taking hands from these YouTube videos you're seeing on my channel, and I'm breaking them down quantitatively. I'm showing you how I'm getting to the answers that I'm getting to, but that's not all for Any2. You can also submit your own hands to me. So you can take your hand, you play in the $11 bounty hunter or what have you, submit it, ask my opinion, and I'm gonna leave a review on that hand and tell you what I would have done and why. So check out Any2.pro. It's a link in the description. I think it's gonna be really helpful for your game. As of now, it's only $5.99 a month for coaching from me. It's the only way to do it. $5.99 to improve your poker game. Let's get back into the video. Tens. Oh, what a pog. Anatoly's all in. King Jack against Queen 9 here. That's a flush. We are down to 97 now. 97 left. 61 pay. We have a beautiful hand with the 10 and the 10. Against Lorena, yes, it was going to be something. Against Ape Styles. I wish I had like 35 blinds because I'd just jam. But I'm probably going to call here. No longer. Now I'm going to squeeze. I think it becomes profitable now to squeeze and call a jam with 10s, I think is the best line. Especially because Louise, I don't think has very many strong hands in the range. So we are going to make it 154 and call a shove if it comes in. Fingers crossed, chat. This is a big moment. Good luck, us. Gonna fold. Louise folds. There we go. Some more chips. Come on, chat. Some more chips. Oh, my goodness, jacks. I raise. If Damien's all in, we call. If Lorianus is all in, we call. He folds around to Allen. Udeja. This is good. We're in position anyways. In a really interesting 40 blinds. Do we want to go for 4-bet all in with the jacks or call? That's the question we have here. And I think probably flat. We can get away from ace-high flops. It's going to be profitable to just 4-bet jam with the jacks as well. But we'll be able to play pretty well post-flop in position, I think, against Allen, who's going to have a 3-bet bluffing range. Let's see what Louise elects to do here. Yo, J-Dom, you're insane. J-Dom, dude. The bit legend dropping a pack. Look at the cup. Thank you so much, J-Dom. Now, this is a fold with jacks. Once it goes raise 3-bet, 4-bet, and we raise in the strongest position, I think it's pretty likely Louise has a better hand. Sometimes we're flipping, but not enough, so we fold. But this is pretty intense. And all in? And folds, okay. I'm pretty convinced Allen had a better hand, by the way. Like, I'm not concerned that, like, we just got bluffed off their hand. Like, Allen, thankfully, went 3-bet, 5-bet. I was going to call and see a flop, so maybe that just saved us in the tournament. Louise going for that 4-bet, or maybe not. Ace King, beautiful. Well, we're going to make it 46K. And pretty much don't fold. We want a 3-bet, right? 3-bet, we get the 4-bet slam. They're going to 3-bet bluff a lot, is great. But we can also go to a flop too. Mateos is going to call. Flop of King 9-3. Check call. We're going to check a lot out of position here. Mateos is going to have a wide range as well. So I think we want to check call. Check, check. Turns a 9. Going to check again and plan to bet the river. But hopefully activate some bluffs here. And we'll bet river. But how can we get the most money? Trying to think about what I'm going to bet with like middling pairs, etc. I guess I'll go for 80K here. And quick folds. Maybe we could find a bet on the turn on that 9. I mean, the 9 is pretty good for our range too, but either way, we take it down. 674. We are going to call against Yuri D's open and go to a flop here for 20K. Oh my God, what a flop, chat. The dream. Start with a check. How do we get the most money out of Yuri D here? Well, I think we start with a check call for 22,000. Continue to the turn. Very dry board, nothing going on. It's hard for Yuri D to have much good here, so we just call. See a turn, which is an ace. Beautiful. Don't want to lead. This is better for Yuri's range than ours. If they bet here, do we check raise? Can Yuri ever give us credit for check raising worse than a king? Unlikely. And an 8 of spades on the river. We're going to bet 110. 110,000. And hope to get called by an ace here, you know? Aces and kings with an 8 kicker. Did we get called? I think we did. A6. Awesome, man. All right. We're up to 850. That is a great thing. Joseph Chong is out of the tournament. 10s against queens, by the way. Aces against ace jack. Whoa, what a bust out bonanza. We're down to 66. This is definitely bubble time. It's not going to say bubble because it doesn't have the payouts, right? But there's 67 left, 61 pay. So we are 6 off the money. It's definitely the bubble of this 3K. Well, we have an interesting spot here. I think my plan is to call on the button and play pretty straightforward post flop. We will call. And hopefully go to a flop here. Do go to a bit of a difficult flop here. Queen 9-5. 3 diamonds. I will bet. I think it's a bad idea to check. I would rather bet fold here than check back because I think Mateos is going to be really capable of putting in tons of action. Turn 9 is just like the dream. It's the dream situation. He may not give us credit for being able to have a 9 in the spot is the first great thing. Just like don't have the nut flush and break our heart. Oh my God, we have quads. We have quads. 3 off the money of day 2. We have quads. We have the best hand possible. We're not going to lose. Chat, we at least have 1 million chips, at least. But can we make it 1,000,003? We're going to be all in a second. Well, that is pretty nice. It's pretty nice, dude. That's pretty nice. I mean, Mateos, legendary player. He owns us in a way in that he gets us to bet with a worse hand on the flop, and well done for that. But we just see the perfect run out, a run out he can't fold on. And now we are 2 off the money with 1.3 million chips in the $3,200 WPT Montreal. Holy crap. I need to stop streaming. Someone please bust. Michael, get your chips in the middle, Michael. Goes for a min raise on 11 blinds here. Bold. Honestly, bold. I don't think I have a min raise range on 11 blinds in this situation. And another problem I have. Oh, that's it. Michael. GG, man. Chats. Come on, chats. Yes. Yes, man. Holy poggers, man. We have made it through to day 2. And we're going to get some info on day 2 here. One sec. $447,000 for the win. 131 players left. $6,393 cash. We got a profitable day, chat, and an art score. Let's go. We are in the money, chat. Let's go. We got to look up our opponents here. But first of all, the champagne. The champagne. Send it out. The whole table is getting champagne. Good luck, everyone. Now, we have a good hand here. King, queen, offsuits against Ola Shemian. We like it. I don't think we want to 3-bet here. I think pretty much purely call because we're going to face 4-bets sometimes, which we definitely don't want. So let's call and go to the flop, which is 7-4-3. A little bit awkward here. We are going to hit more two pairs and straights than Olashemian is, but Olashemian has all the overpairs that we don't have, like 8s plus, which we're going to be 3-betting almost all the time here. So that creates a bit of an issue for us. We can float with our backdoor king of spades, but it's not amazing. He goes check, check, turns to 6 of spades. I like betting now. We are targeting ace highs by betting 90,000 here. And of course, we do have the king of spades as backup. We have to be somewhat concerned about the ace of spades, but in general, I think it's a good opportunity to just represent 7-6 offsuit, 6-5, 4-3, like all these things want to bet, right? So we go for it. River is an 8. Again, I think this is pretty good for us. I think it's a good spot to bluff, targeting ace highs. I want to be able to represent two pairs and straights and flushes, like all of these things. So I'm going to bet 180. I don't want to go like 300K here. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. And we are targeting, again, the ace highs that beat us. Maybe a 3 or a 4, something like that. So we're going to bet 180K. And we have to fold to the jam, obviously, with the king high. Caught in a bluff there. We could have got rebluffed as well. We won't know. But unfortunate outcome. Down to 22 blinds now. Queen Jack suited. Nice looking hand with the Queen Jack suited here. Olashemian is going to raise under the gun. I think I should call. Don't want to jam here in the cutoff with 3 unknown players behind, but I do want to play in position. So let's go for the call and hopefully see a flop. We do see a flop, but it's not so good for us. We are going to fold. If it checks to us, though, we do get to put in a bet here. But we see a bet from Olashemian for 70K, and we fold. Ooh. 14 blinds. I think jam is right on the edge. With 15 blinds, I literally think we min raise. Jacks is like 14 blinds, jacks. I think we just go for the jam. With 16 blinds, there's no question we raise. So it's like, it's a weird one. But we love it. We want action. Reimer, 10s, Reimer, please. Okay. 6-8 suited. Nice hand in the big blind here. Let's see if we get a playable situation. Min raise from George Jupe under the gun. This is good. Perfect. Folds around to us to the big blind. We're going to call for 35K. Take a flop of ace, queen, 8. A little bit of a problem here. As I was mentioning, we flop a pair, which might be good, but when we think about their raising range under the gun, the sorts of hands they're going to play here, there's going to be a lot of aces in it, going to be a lot of queens in it, and that creates a bit of a problem. Now, they go for a pretty small bet here of 70K. I think we get to call the flop. If they went bigger than this, I think we'd have to get out of the way, and it's kind of comfortable seeing how many potential draws are out there that they choose such a small size. It's a nice thing for us. But we need them to check here on the turn. It does go check, check, and it's a jack on the river. We'll check, and fingers crossed we beat a few things, It's not particularly a great run out, the 4 of clubs, and they're probably pretty protected when they check the turn as well on this jack river. Like, they're going to have a lot of calls. So, nice hand. If we see a shove in the small blind, it's definitely a get it in. Against a min raise from Daniel Reimer, we just call on the big blind. But if Felix shoves on us, we call. If Daniel raises, we call as well, and we go to a flop. And why not just shove against Daniel instead of calling? Well, we have the right equity to call, but we can play flops better. Is it our time, chat? Cross your fingers. Are you ready? Here comes the gamble for a lot. Here we go. Queen or 10. That's a 10. Hold. No berry. Come on, let's go. 800K. We're back up to 800K, chat. We're cool, man. We're chilling. We're chilling. It's fine. Here we go. Did I say 2 minutes and 40 seconds? Did I say it? I said 2:42. This is it. This is it. Daniel Reimer raises to 88K. We are going to go all in. Has it been 2 minutes and 42 seconds yet? I feel like we got to get it in now. Good luck, chat. This is our moment. We double up here. We're back at like 1.2 million-ish. If we're out, it's tragedy. It's tragedy. 76-53 is our finish. Good game, everyone. Thanks for playing. We had a real opportunity today, man, to win like an insane amount of money. At the end of the day, I cannot be upset. I mean, the Queen 10 suited, the King Jack, and the King Queen, 3 really awkward 12, 13, 14 blind situations against raises. I went for the folds on all 3 of them. Something to think about and to gain more confidence in those situations as to whether that's the right move or not. The jury is still out. I think they're all very close. In general, I can live with the outcome.